Yeah, these are some of the sites in Pumapunku. These stones. I mean, it's you have to kind
Wow.
of see them in reference to human beings. I don't know if they have any, but like you can, this is like this giant gate. And what's incredible too is like some of these stones are like precisely cut indoors with these angles that right now we would have to use like lasers basically, which would take a long time to cut it. So that stuff, I mean, I don't even know how it was done, but it is, let's just say, uh, incredibly advanced.
Wow. Look at the design. They even
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like
And this side nobody wants to touch. Like this is like one of these like largest stones that was
that.
broken up.
Oh,
And when they were estimating it was like over 1,000 tons, like incredible size. Um, what's it called? And the holy city of, oh, you can see here for reference. See, like this is one of these large stones with all these things, and it got broken up when it was like something catastrophic obviously happened there. And then when you go to Sacsayhuaman is another site in Peru. So that site, I remember that was there. I spent 2 days. And I remember when we had the official archaeologists kind of take us on tour and explain to us, this was built like this and this is for that. Everything was a temple or a grave. Everything. And I was like, didn't these people ever build things that were like, utilitarian, something you can actually use for something? So that's kind of what the thing. And then, but then right away, I just noticed one thing. I looked at it and I'm like, all the stuff, and it was funny because they even showed some of the buildings were toppled by the Spanish, because when the Spanish came, they wanted to destroy the Inca culture. They toppled their buildings and they built brick buildings on top of the foundations. But then you'll see like this, the brick buildings built by the Spanish, which there's a lot of earthquakes in that area, so those buildings have been falling and they had to be repaired multiple times. Then below that, you see the Inca stones, which are massive stones compared to the bricks, but very irregular, all that stuff. And then below that, you see these huge stones that are like 20 times the size of what the Inca built. And they, like sometimes like a mosaic, like different shapes, but they fit perfectly.
yeah.
They're not even like straight. Yeah, you can see there. And they're humongous, like these stones. And also, that's how you spell it?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. It is, so when you start looking at that, when you start looking at these, and yeah, I have photos from that. I remember this door too is massive. That's when you start going, holy shit, how did they build these? Like these were, cut perfectly, but they're like a mosaic. And the amazing thing about these is they've never any of these earthquakes fell down.
Yeah.
Because they're like a puzzle. Like they kind of lock themselves, even though there's no mortar in there, there's nothing. So that right away makes you basically go, okay, so there's a lot of unexplained architecture or things, structures all around the world, and they're way older. Like this was not built by the Incas. Like it doesn't even come close when you look at what the Incas, and that guy Brian Forrester actually has good videos where he goes to some of these places that I've gone to, where you can literally see where the Incas built on top of these old structures.
Yeah.
So, or next to it, and you see their building is just far worse. So it almost looks like there was a much bigger civilization we had, which is totally plausible. I don't know why people are afraid of that. And people have developed to a really great thing. And it was basically like, like that movie with Ben Affleck, Armageddon, where big, I don't know, asteroid came, and that's one of the theories. Around 12,000 years ago, when an asteroid hit, it raised the temperatures on Earth.
Ben
Caused,
Affleck?
yeah, Ben Affleck was in it. From the 90s, remember? Armageddon, the movie?
I feel like somebody else was in that movie. And not Ben Affleck.